بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Inshallah ta'ala, today we continue our Fiqh of Fasting series. Hopefully, inshallah, today we're going to cover some of the rulings pertaining to pregnant women and nursing mothers. So, inshallah, we will start today and we might have to continue tomorrow as well. So, we can cover all the questions pertaining to it, inshallah. Okay, so first of all, we want to know, is a pregnant woman allowed to break the fast, and a nursing mother? The answer is yes. A pregnant woman and a nursing mother are allowed to break the fast. So that's at least the first ruling, inshallah ta'ala. Now, where is the evidence for this? We have a general evidence from the Quran that is more of an analogy to a person who is ill and sick or who's weak, right? And we have a very specific evidence from the traditions and saying and hadith of Prophet Muhammad SAW, saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave allowance and concession to the traveler to shorten his prayer and to not fast, meaning that he's not obligated to fast. And also, Allah gave that concession to a pregnant woman or a nursing mother. So that's by the traditions and saying of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Okay, so now, inshallah ta'ala, the next question, so that's the rulings. Now, next question: are pregnant and nursing mothers allowed to not fast without making a prior attempt to fast? So, let's say, take an example of a pregnant mother, a pregnant woman that is her first pregnancy. So, does she have the right to break the fast without attempting to fast first and see how her body reacts? The answer that she should, because that's her first pregnancy and she has no clue how her body would react to fasting yet. So initially, she needs to attempt to fast. She needs to attempt to fast and see how her body reacts. If she's like many, mashallah, many pregnant women that is able to carry on her pregnancy without an issue, then by all means she should, inshallah, fast the blessed month of Ramadan with no issue. If she tries and she has difficulties and her body reacts to fasting, then by all means that gives her a legit reason and give her the legitimacy to break her fast. Okay, then what is the ruling for pregnant women who are advised not to fast by their Muslim doctors due to the nature of the pregnancy and its possible effect on the baby? So the answer is, in this case, she is allowed to not fast without having to make a prior attempt. Since now she's going through care with her doctor and her doctor oversees her situation and knows that fasting would affect her pregnancy and advise against fasting, then that is good by itself. She does not have to physically attempt to fast and see how her body reacts. What are the general rulings in the makeup of the missed fasts? So, general ruling, I'm of course here in these sessions giving general rulings, and then you need to, inshallah, read more into the specifics of each rulings. However, here we're just getting the general knowledge of the outline. The general rulings on missed days. Some scholars say that she only needs to make up the missed days. So she misses 10 days of Ramadan because of the pregnancy. The simplest opinion is that she needs to make up those 10 days later on. Some scholars differentiate between the two types of pregnancy, whether she is breaking the fast because of fear on her health or on her baby's health. Okay, so that's they differentiate. And if it's on her health, she's just afraid because of her health, it would be she would just mess up. She would just make up for those days because that's directly her health. So she would just make up those days. Now, what if she's doing it? Her health is very strong and her body is not reacting to fasting or anything, but she's just anxious and afraid that the fast would harm her baby. So, not harm her, but rather the health of her baby. So the some scholars said if that's the fact, she's breaking the fast because of her baby, because she's just assuming that this might hurt the baby's health and growth, then she would need to make up the days and also pay fidya. So the three short answers: she makes up the days, that's it, nothing else. The second one, she would make up, if it's for her health, she would just make up the days. If it's for her baby's health, then she would not only make up the days, she needs to make up the days and pay fidya as well. We will explain this a little bit further between today and tomorrow, so it will clear up for you, inshallah ta'ala. All right. Are pregnant and nursing mothers able to break the fast? This we answered. When is when is a pregnant or nursing eligible to break the fast? We also answered this. How does a pregnant or nursing woman determine if her own health will be compromised? Does she have? Well, we said either she has previous experience from previous pregnancy, or her doctor would tell her that uh, her health would not uh, allow her to fast. She doesn't have to attempt to fast and try. But if it's her first pregnancy, then she needs to attempt to fast and see how her body reacts. We can't just break Ramadan, the fast of Ramadan, based on assumptions. Um, Bismillah. Now, we want to talk a little bit on the opinions of the scholars, and inshallah ta'ala that would end our session today, and we will pick up tomorrow to give you like the details, opinions, and the summary. Now, what is the ruling on, let's say that she missed the whole month, right? And now she is ready to make up those days later on. What does she do and what options does she have? We want to inshallah today we will end with this and we will build on it tomorrow. So the majority of scholars, and going with the majority of opinion, is that she needs to make up those days later on. That's as simple. The majority of scholars say that she needs to make them later on. Now, the minority, but the minority is, it includes some of the opinions of the Sahaba, like Sayyidina ibn Abbas and Abdullah ibn Umar. They do believe that she doesn't need to make up those days, and that the verse in Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly, it says that they don't, if they are able to, but they have difficulties, that they have the option either to fast or to feed, or to pay the fidya, which is to feed the poor people. وعلى الذين يطيقونه فدية طعام مسكين فمن تطوع خيرا فهو خير له وأن تصوموا خير لكم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that those who are able to fast, however, they have difficulties because of sickness, because of pregnancy, nursing, and what have you, then they have the option to fast or to just pay fidya. The majority of scholars say that the verse that comes after that basically takes over the rule, and the one before is abrogated, is basically no longer intact, because the next verse would take over the rule of no, that should they, everyone that misses the fast, those who are on travel or those who are sick, will have to make up those missed days later on. But I don't want you to go into this. Let's just in general take the general majority opinion of the scholars that a pregnant woman and a nursing mother would make up those days later on. The question that we will discuss tomorrow: what if these days accumulates to be many days? Like, what if she's nursing now and another Ramadan comes in, and now it becomes almost 60 days that she needs to make up? We will inshallah pick up on this tomorrow. Jazakumullah khair. Barakallah fikum. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you and increase you in knowledge. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.